Hello everybody and welcome to Mr. Gamer Guide 123. I am Black Cobra with
Antoine Gonzalez.
And we are doing NFL Quick Picks Week 2, and we are doing this from where are we?
We're gonna bring this back again?
Yes!
Then we're in Jamaica.
Why are we in Jamaica?
I don't know, but we
Because
have to
there's
get
a banana.
we have to get back
reggae
home
hat.
soon because the game starts soon. It's Tuesday, so
But it's Tuesday!
It's
Game don't
Tuesday.
start till Thursday!
yeah, that's 2 more days.
A flight back home doesn't take 2 days.
Have we booked a flight yet?
I'll do it. I said I'll do it.
Okay. So on to our predictions for week 2. At the end of week 1, my record is 9-7. Your record is 11-5. So you're off to a good start. We'll see how long that lasts.
What you mean?
So before we go for our picks for the first game, Thursday night game, the Thursday night affair between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens, we have a small little excerpt from John Breach of the CBSSports.com, and with his week 2 picks. Quote, and this is for the Pittsburgh and Baltimore game specifically. We'll have some of these for the other games too. After the Ravens lost to the Bengals on Sunday, here's how Joe Flacco described the game. We just played about as bad as you can in terms of simple fundamental things. Throwing, catching, running routes, staying up, just running the ball, couple mental busts.
Not the entire game of football.
If you ask me, that seems like a lot of things to fix in only 72 hours. I mean, the Ravens play on Thursday. Plus, it probably doesn't help that the Ravens have been distracted by that thing involving that guy who's no longer on the team. On a completely unrelated note, I'm contractually obligated to tell you that this is the first game ever on CBS's Thursday night football package, and you should definitely watch. If only because there's a small chance Antonio Brown might kick someone else in the face. And he's predicting the Steelers to win 24-17.
That's funny.
Now,
I will go ahead and predict that the Pittsburgh Steelers will beat the Baltimore Ravens 24-23.
I'm going to go with a dark horse.
Ooh.
Say that the Ravens are going to win. They're playing at home again.
Alright.
And I'm going to say that they're going to come back from their loss against the Bengals. Pittsburgh almost lost to Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Baltimore comes out on top. Although I hope Le'Veon Bell has an amazing game.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Well, I do, because I have him on a fantasy league.
Next are the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills at 1 o'clock p.m. Now, I don't know about you.
John Breach had something to say about this game too. The last time the Bills and Dolphins went into a game against each other where both teams had a winning record was in December of 2000.
Oh!
Bill Clinton was president.
Oh!
We had barely survived Y2K.
What?
Year 2000.
Yeah, I know that, but...
And people were still asking Jeeves instead of using Google. I just asked Jeeves who's going to win on Sunday, and he says Dolphins 23-20 over the Bills.
Gross. I say the Bills are going to win over the Dolphins 21-14. Oh, no. 21-17. Bills.
I'm not going to change it up. I'm going with the Dolphins.
Oh, how dare you!
I picked the Bears last week, and Now that I'm mentioning it, I should probably pick the Bills because I just jinxed it. But I'm picking the Dolphins.
Whatever. Next game is going to be Detroit versus the Carolina Panthers. Even though the Carolina Panthers aren't even going to have Cam Newton.
Well, there's a chance they might.
And they're not going to take that chance of injuring one of their star players on the Panthers. So, I'm going to go with Detroit winning 14-10.
How dare you? 14 points. See, they got Matthew Stafford. He's the best.
You need to calm down. You need like a chill pill or something, man.
Now, last week, I originally picked Carolina to win. And then I changed
Carolina
it.
to win now?
I changed it to the Buccaneers, and then I lost. So I'm going to go with Carolina. They're at home. I've got a good feeling.
You're going to yell at me about having Detroit only 14 points, but you're going to go against your team?
But Carolina is going to win 70-67. Because Matthew Stafford's going to set an all-time record in receiving passes, or receiving yards and touchdowns.
Yeah. Alright, the next game is going to be the Atlanta Falcons versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I think this is going to be a good game, but I'm going to have to go with the Bengals because I have AJ Green on my fantasy football team. And I need AJ Green to do good. So, I'm going to have the Bengals win 28 to 21.
I'm going to go with the Bengals just because there was one really amazing game from Matt Ryan against the Saints. It's another game on the road for the Falcons. The Bengals are completely unstoppable at home. I'm going to go with the Bengals over the Falcons.
Alright. Next game is going to be the New Orleans Saints versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, fingers crossed that Johnny Jam Boogie is going to be debuting.
Well, I don't know if you would, because Brian Hoyer would have pretty good.
Yeah, so why not put in Johnny Jam Boogie?
Because he didn't get the starting job.
It's messed up, man.
I wish he would.
But I don't know. I think this one is going to go into OT. This one's going to go OT tied at 21-21. Breeze is going to throw a nice touchdown to Jimmy Graham for the win in OT.
Well, it wouldn't hurt me because Breeze or Graham wouldn't be facing games.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Saints, and they're going to unleash their wrath on the city of Cleveland. They're going to blow out the Browns.
Okay, you have a score prediction or not? No.
It's not going to be close.
It's going to be a blowout.
I'm setting realistic expectations so that if Cleveland at least makes it close, I feel happy. Because I really want the Saints to lose. Like, they lost their first game of the season, and that just doesn't happen.
The next game is going to be the New England Patriots versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Saints to lose so bad.
I'm going to have to go with the Vikings since they're on a huge roll right now. Vikings are going to win, but it's not going to be a close game. It's going to be a nice gap. Vikings are going to win 28-14. Oh, and Peterson is going to have at least 2 of those touchdowns.
To make up for the...
I have to drop that in there. Because, Peterson didn't have any touchdowns week 1.
Oh, this is going to be Tom Brady's game.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Jeez.
They lost last. No. The Patriots are just one of those teams that they don't lose 2 in a row. They just don't, especially to start the season. If they start the season 0-2, that's a problem.
Oh, yeah. Because someone's ass is getting dropped. Alright, next game. The Arizona Cardinals versus the New York Giants.
Cardinals.
So you're Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Win. Larry Fitz. I'm gonna sit him because he did terrible,
I don't know.
and now he's gonna get 5 touchdowns against the Giants.
I got Arizona Cardinals versus the New York Giants. Arizona's gonna win 21-7. Larry Fitz is gonna have all of those touchdowns.
Probably will.
Alright, next are the Dallas Cowboys versus the Tennessee Titans. I have Tennessee winning this game. Tennessee's definitely gonna win this game.
It's an easy choice for me, Tennessee.
Tennessee's gonna win. After the game that
They
Tony
shelled
Romo
Kansas City in Kansas City,
yeah.
and Romo got shelled in
Dallas. But the one thing that I found was the most surprising thing ever. Did you see that sea of red in Dallas? There is that entire sea of red in that one end zone. You just saw nothing but 49ers fans. I could have swore every time you heard a pick, fumble 6, cheering. Almost every single time. Touchdown, cheering. No, I did not hear a single boo or hiss. I heard.
Sometime during the game, they showed video footage of the doors opening at the Cowboys stadium, and all the fans rushing into the stadium. If you didn't tell me the Cowboys were playing home, I would not have known if the Cowboys were home or not.
Right.
Because there were lots of 49ers fans.
Oh yeah.
Running into there, and they were like one of the first ones in the.
We crazy. All right, next game. All right,
Yeah,
the
Titans.
Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Washington Redskins. I'm gonna have to go with the Redskins in a comeback victory. Jacksonville is gonna be up on them, 21-0. Redskins coming back, 35-21.
Why do you need to do that to poor Jacksonville?
Because and Deshaun Jackson's gonna have at least 3 out of those 5 touchdowns.
I'm gonna say Washington wins because if Washington doesn't win, big things are wrong. Something's gonna happen. Kirk Cousins is probably gonna take over as the starter if RG3 does not
Yeah.
do something, because they are going to run him out of town if he does not start
yeah.
performing well.
All right, next game.
By the way, RG3 is on Black Cobra's fantasy team.
Yeah.
And he started him last week because his other choice was Cam Newton. Cam Newton got injured, so he had to start RG3.
Don't poke fun. Did your mom ever tell you it's not nice to pick on people?
And that's why Matthew Stafford is the best.
No, he's not.
He is top best.
He's top best.
Best.
The best. Alright, the next game at 4:05 p.m. is going to be the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Diego Chargers. Seahawks. Yeah, don't you even play around with that. It's all Seahawks.
Unless until the Seahawks lose, which I don't think will happen.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Unless they face like the Broncos again, which I highly doubt they're doing. No, they are.
Yeah, they
at
are.
least once this season. So I have the Seahawks winning against the Chargers, 28-7. I have to get 23. Yeah.
I'm not gonna start Keenan Allen.
No. Nope. Alright, next game. The St. Louis Rams versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got Buccaneers?
In my eyes, right now, worst team in the NFL, Rams.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm gonna give it to I'll give it to the Bucs, but it's gonna be a nice close game.
Like really, the Vikings don't have the greatest offense, The only bright spot I saw in the Rams before the season starts was their defense. Since Sam Bradford got injured and their defense went up 3-4 points.
I see Tampa Bay winning.
6
I see
points?
Tampa
No,
Bay.
34 points.
I see Tampa Bay winning 24-21.
And Tampa Bay's at home.
Yeah, 24-21, definitely. All right, next game, 4:25 p.m. Kansas City Chiefs versus Denver. Ooh, doesn't this bring back memories of a certain game? Oh yeah, Kansas City, 9-0, going against the Denver Broncos. Boom goes the streak. And with that, I take the Broncos.
And now I have both teams, so I don't really care who wins. Except I do care, and I want the Broncos to go undefeated this season.
Yeah.
That's including their Super Bowl victory.
I have Broncos winning 28-14. No, 35-14. I got that.
Man, Denver's at home again.
Yeah,
I'm going
definitely.
with the Denver. There's no question there. I'm going to say Julius Thomas and Demaryius Thomas, fantasy-wise, flip roles. Demaryius Thomas is going to have a great game. Julius Thomas, I'm not going to say he's going to have an average or a bad game. I'm going to say average.
Alright.
Like maybe 7 or 8 points.
That's fair to say.
At the most. But Demaryius Thomas is going to put it over.
Oh yeah. New York Jets versus the Green Bay Packers. I'm gonna go with the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Cheeseheads, yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Packers. Only because they're facing the Packers, though. They're like 3rd ranked in the entire league.
This is another team, like, last season you don't need to really count because Rodgers was out for half of the season.
Yeah.
And then they just made it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Green Bay is one of those teams that when I think of, they don't start the season 0-2.
Yeah.
Green
Bay's coming back.
They faced Seattle last week, so they don't look as bad as most people think.
This one's
they are.
definitely going to be 28-14.
I'm going to say Green Bay is going to be the Jets.
I got Green Bay winning 28-14. Alright, next one, the Houston Texans versus the Oakland Raiders. I don't know why, but I got Oakland for this one. Derek Carr is gonna carry this team.
Oakland 2 weeks in a row to start the season.
Yeah.
I remember last season you went with Jacksonville 2 weeks in a row to start the season. And the funny thing is you went with them in week 1, and they lost just like the Raiders did this week for you.
Yeah.
Then you went with them again in week 2, and I made fun of you for it. And then they lost again.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever picked them for the rest of the season.
Nope. And for good reasons too. But I got Oakland winning this one. But it's gonna be a close game.
I'm gonna go with Houston because I owe them for picking the Redskins, and the Redskins did not do well last week. So I'm going. With
I got Oakland beating the Texans. 17-14 in OT. No, not even OT. Regulation.
You know what's so funny? I'm going with the Texans. If they win, they're gonna start 2-0, just like they did last season.
Yay!
Which isn't good. So I think Texans fans actually want them to lose this week,
Yeah.
just so they don't start the same as last season.
Yeah.
Because then they'll probably lose 14 in a row to end the season.
Alright, next game. My favorite game!
Wait.
She-Bag! Oh, he does not have a article. Oh,
Of course he does.
Damn it. The next game, the Chicago Bears versus the San Francisco 49ers, and we have Antoine with a daily news update with James Breach. Antoine? John Breach, my bad.
That's his name.
Well, you need to calm down.
The 49ers will be unveiling Levi's Stadium to a national television audience on Sunday. I was there for the first preseason game back in August, and the only thing I remember about the visits, because there was a game against the Broncos and the 49ers were terrible, is eating duck, which I think cost more than my ticket.
Oh.
I think my point here is that I expect Jay Cutler to throw a bunch of ducks on Sunday night, and I won't be surprised if at least 2 of them are intercepted. 49ers 30-20 over the Bears.
Wow. Okay. All right. I got 49ers winning against Chicago 35-21.
I'm going to go with the 49ers, yeah. The Bears' defense did not do well against the Bills. If your defense doesn't do well against the Bills, you have a bad defense.
Exactly. Alright, so the next game on Monday, 8:30 p.m., we have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Indianapolis Colts.
And from John Breach.
Uh-oh.
The last time Andrew Luck and Chip Kelly, Andrew Luck, the starting quarterback for the Colts, Chip Kelly, the coach for the Eagles, the last time they were on the same game field was in November of 2011, when Kelly's Oregon Ducks beat Stanford 53-30, and I expect this game to be exactly like that game. Except, I don't think Philly will score 53 points, and to be honest, I don't think Kelly's team is going to win. So I guess the only thing I actually expect to be exactly the same is how many points Andrew Luck's team scored. Colts 30-27 over the Eagles. Indianapolis.
I'm gonna have... I don't know. I'll give it to Luck. I'll give it to Luck. The Colts are gonna win against Philadelphia, but it's not gonna be 30-20. It's gonna be 28... It's gonna be 28-21.
I'm going to go with Luck because Luck had a really good game last week and lost. And now he's coming back home.
And he's about
if the Colts don't win this game, that's bad.
He's going to unleash...
He's
gonna unleash Colt Fury on some top Eagle.
So yeah, Colts definitely got it. I got it.
Yeah, definitely. So this has been Mr. Gamer Guides 123. I am Black Cobra with
Antoine Gonzalez.
And this has been the NFL Quick Picks for Week 2.